I've done it. I've done it.
You again.
I did exactly as you told me. I had the NSAIDs with the sandwich, I had this little CBD juice, and my headache is gone. I feel like an entirely new man. This planet is quite marvelous. I might just stay.
You're welcome.
You know, I probably shouldn't, though. My girlfriend would probably leave me, and she's a bit... In fact, I should probably bring her back a gift or something to calm her down. Any suggestions?
You want to bring back a medical product?
Well, those NSAIDs were quite amazing. What about this?
Antibiotic cream.
Antibiotic cream? That sounds lovely.
Only if your girl has an infection.
Do explain.
Let's ask ADAL.
What is antibiotic cream and how does it work?
Antibiotics are really broken down into a couple of different classes. There are those that are called bactericidal, which means they kill bacteria, and bacteriostatic, which means they kind of hold the bacteria in check, both of which are designed for your immune system to come into play. You either give a medication to interfere with the ability of bacteria to make walls, their cell walls, and if they can't do that, then they die. Other antibiotics interfere with the ability of the cell to just reproduce itself, the bacterial cell to reproduce itself. There are others that work by different pathways, but the goal is to interfere with the bacteria to be able to reproduce itself or to make energy to survive. One of the biggest concerns for antibiotics is the overuse of antibiotics. It's very critical for people to understand when to use antibiotics and when not to, and the mechanisms of action for physicians. If you are using antibiotics too frequently, what happens is that, for example, some of the Streptococcus pneumoniae will have resistance to drugs like penicillin, and some will not. And so what will happen is if you keep giving penicillin over and over again, you'll kill all the ones that aren't resistant, but you'll breed out the ones that have the genetic codes to become resistant. And then all you have is a resistant bacteria. So the disadvantage is developing resistant bacteria. And if you do too much of that, what happens is you end up with infections that you can't treat because you've bred out all the resistant types, and that's all that's left. We also know, however, when the bacteria don't see the antibiotics for an extended period of time, they don't waste the energy to produce the genetic proteins to become resistant. And then what happens is that if you need the antibiotics and you use them correctly, those same bacteria will die before they have a time to gear up their resistant enzymes, and you can get on top of it again. So problem too much, too rapid, too often usage can be corrected by pulling back on that and being very cautious about which drugs you use, which antibiotics you use, and when.